definitely see her doing. You can like cite specific examples of vision, reality, and action in the scenario. But like, what are some specific things that you see Susie doing that makes her an effective leader? We can just talk at the table.
I mean, it seems like a very fluid process. Like, I mean, in one sentence I was writing A, and then at the end of the sentence an R, because it just seems like you're constant. Like, she's so effective, and she's constantly just like going back and forth, thinking about where she needs this person to be and where she is and what it's going to take to get there.
And so even though she starts with a strong vision already and thinking about creating strong backwards design lesson plans, further as she gets into it being about math, she needs to develop a still more specific vision for what is a solid backwards design lesson plan for math look like. And she continues to revise those and make them more specific as she needs to.
I think just really internalizing the vision. So like she has this vision of like, okay, CMC can create strong backwards design lesson plans, but understanding like what does that look like and doing the research, on her own to really figure out like this is what it looks like in practice, this is what it looks like in my school setting.
She did a lot of like proactive reality checking. I think early and also proactive actions too, like in the third paragraph.
Right, to really invest her staff in her vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one thing. It's right. I think it's in here, but not explicitly like vision, but like investing in vision, rallying people in vision. It's an important component. It doesn't here. We don't talk about it super explicitly in this model, but it has to be there.
And then in the checking the reality as well, she does a lot in looking at getting lots of evidence and weighing to like what different factors, like that we'll find the last page where she decides that actually videotaping is not a priority because based on what she's seen, it actually doesn't seem like it's going to be the best decision. So you see her actively prioritizing specific actions that are going to be more effective.
It almost seems like she went into the summer with a list of like the lots of actions she could take. Videotaping was one, but this wasn't going to work. She went in knowing here are my options. Do I look at this? Do I look at it? Do I videotape? When this comes up in my vision and realize there might be some challenges, what I do.
Just really quick to say, I like how you see her being really proactive and going to other SDs and talking to her CS and like using other people around her to
And I like that even the things that she was fairly certain of, that in like on the second page, second paragraph, she was fairly confident that Lonnie's group was doing really well. And even though it wasn't a priority area, she double checked that as well. Not just the areas where she had a concern, but also I think that this is going well, but let me make sure it's going well.
Yeah.
I think she's able to customize her approach to it because the way she goes about checking reality, like when she sits down with Maggie, it's like, this is what I think, like, is this what you think is happening too? So she gets a really strong sense of like, this is the framework, this is what's happening.
And I think like it's interesting on the very last page how the second to last paragraph, it's action, but it's action through someone else. And I think like it's going to be important for me to like step back and realize like I'm not the one doing it, like someone else is actually executing it.
And I think in order to have that happen in a good way, like there has to be a vision, there has to be very clear expectations so that even though I'm not doing this action, it's happening the way I want it to happen.
Yeah.
And the very last paragraph very much leaves that cycle continuing. So like you then action, share. So you get to that until your reality matches your vision.
I think the place where we're going next, like after this activity, is to actually define like what are some specific things that you as school directors can do in order to make sure that you are checking, reality, setting the vision, checking the reality, and then doing the action. But I think what's interesting is like putting Susie and Oscar next to each other. We have a lot of Oscars. Like it's easy to be an Oscar, like I've been an Oscar. I've had Oscar moments. And so I think it'd be interesting for us to kind of pull out what are some challenges in being Susie and like some tendencies towards being Oscar. So I'm just curious, like as you were reading it, like what are some challenges?
Yeah, I mean, I think just like this is something I've struggled with a lot on the recruitment team, and I imagine it's the same in instructional staff. Like you have so much information. What's the right information to look at? Like you can sit and look at numbers all day, but what's the key data that's actually going to move you towards understanding the reality? So Oscar was looking at data, but it wasn't the right data.
Right.
I would say that the last thing too, I think it's really easy sometimes too to like focus on something. You're looking for something, so he's like really focused on these attendance numbers, but he's not thinking about factors that are actually leads to it. And sometimes if you're not looking for something you don't see, you're not gathering it, so then you end up not sort of.
I also am just like the time high of a level
Yeah.
in every area though seems like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
realistically, tough. Yeah.
It's just like assuming there's no like fire that you have to
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
Which
like,
is speaking of reality. Not, you know, it can be hard. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's
Like
really
imagine
good.
having two of these CNAs, you know?
yeah.
It's a really strong priority. You know, this is the priority there. So I think it's interesting too. I mean, I think that would be an interesting thing to see what other things she has sort of
Yeah.
on the back burner in order to make sure that this.
I think also her ability to balance like qualitative and quantitative evidence, and like it's really easy to see something and be like, that looks like it's good. I don't have to worry about that anymore. Or like look at numbers and say like, that looks fine. I don't even think about that anymore. But being able to do both.
This makes me think about, and actually something that I think we could get better at when we build our schedules towards like half-staff conference, like you're like building systematic ways to do this. So it's like, you know what, if every Wednesday I know that I'm going to spend 20 minutes where every CMA is going to come to me and present X. You know, I mean, I think actually there's something we can, this is not a fully fleshed out idea even in my mind, but given the volume, it's like, I bet if we put our heads together, we could say, because to me it sounds like she's walking around and doing a lot. I mean, at a certain point you might need to like make it more systematic so it can happen. And put the onus on them, like the much more that you can put on your staff to bring to you or whatever, as opposed to running around asking all these questions. You might need to think more about that.
I think that comes into the vision. Like if everyone's sold on like this is why we're here and like I will do my best to get there, it's so much easier to put the onus on them because it's already everyone feels committed.
And if your vision's not clear, you can create systems for gathering evidence. Okay, I want this kind of data on this day, this qualitative evidence, this point, build in the checks for reality.
Right. I really like the idea of like building it in because ultimately, I mean, we know that there's so much that goes on during Institute and Institute Day that it's very easy to get, I guess, in a way, by doing everything, getting distracted from the things that really will have the most bang for your buck. And I think that's one thing that Susie did very well is that she, if you look at her vision, it's